You should already know what time it is. Let's dive in to find out where the millions and millions of dollars have been flowing in the world of technology. Nuro's $106 million raise backs its shift from delivery robots to licensing autonomy tech. After months of hearty marketing efforts and large-scale technology demos across the US, Nuro has secured $106 million in fresh funding to help scale its autonomous driving technology and advance commercial partnerships. The Series Z round brings Nuro's total funding raised to $2.2 billion and its valuation to $6 billion. That's a drop from the $8.6 billion post-money valuation Nuro secured after its $600 million Series D in 2021. Nuro's previous go-to-market plan revolved around building and operating cute on-road delivery robots that could carry only goods, not passengers, for partners like Domino's. But building vehicles is expensive work, and Nuro was burning cash fast. After several rounds of layoffs and putting its manufacturing plans on hold, Nuro decided to focus instead on beefing out its self-driving technology, which it had been continuously testing in California and Texas. Despite the down round, it's a good sign for Nuro that its backers are mostly existing institutional investors like T. Rowe Price Associates, Fidelity Management and Research Company, Tiger Global Management, Greylock Partners, and XNLP, as well as strategic partners. While Nuro still isn't sharing which strategic investors have joined the round, the company has existing relationships with Uber and Toyota through its investor Woven Capital, the venture arm of Toyota. BRINC raises $75 million in funding for emergency response drones. The Seattle-based company said it plans to use the capital to accelerate the development and production of its emergency response drones. BRINC said the new funding will enable it to meet increasing demand from public safety agencies, advance research and development for next-generation drone technology, and expand its workforce to support continued growth and innovation. BRINC manufactures its drones entirely in the US. The company said it's with integrated R&D and production facilities gives it complete control over its supply chain. With more than 600 public safety agencies and over 10% of US SWAT teams relying on its products, BRINC added that its drones are pivotal in de-escalating critical situations and protecting lives. Index Ventures led BRINC's funding round. Motorola Solutions, Mike Volpe, and Dylan Field, CEO of Figma, also participated. In addition, a strategic partnership with Motorola Solutions will integrate BRINC's drones with Motorola's APX radios, Vesta 911 call management software, computer-aided dispatch systems, real-time crime center software, and automatic license plate recognition technology. The company said this technology fusion allows the drones to be deployed instantly via radio commands, respond to sensor alerts, and deliver real-time aerial intelligence directly into Motorola's public safety infrastructure. A16Z backs base power and $200 million round for home backup batteries. In less than a year, Base Power has grown from a stealthy startup to one of the largest battery fleets in Texas. Now the company has raised $200 million to fund a rapid expansion, including dozens more megawatt hours of battery storage and plans for a domestic battery factory. The Series B round was led by Addition, Andreessen Horowitz, Lightspeed Venture Partners, and Valor Equity Partners. Alameter, Terrain, Thrive Ventures, and Trust Ventures also participated. Backup batteries are nothing new, but Base Power takes the model to new territory. By installing residential batteries, Base Power appears to have found a speedy way to build a megawatt-class fleet of batteries, sometimes called a virtual power plant. While Texas is home to a growing number of massive grid-scale battery facilities, they can take years to plan, permit, but residential batteries can be permitted and installed in a matter of weeks. The new funding will go towards speeding installations and expanding into new states. It'll also go towards starting construction on a battery factory in the US, an endeavor that could partially insulate it from the threat of tariffs, but also introduce a new flavor of risk. And more Money Moves news, Incident.io raises $62 million at a $400 million valuation to help IT teams move fast when things break. The startup Incident.io, which has built an all-in-one AI-based platform to help speed up incident management and response in the fragmented world of IT, announced $62 million in financing. Incident.io is based based in London, with operations also in San Francisco, and it plans to use the new money for hiring, sales, and marketing across both regions. Insight Partners is leading the Series B, with previous backers Index and Point9 also participating. With this latest round, Incident.io has now raised just over $96 million. These days, the very smallest businesses use a wide array of digital tools across a variety of architectures, and even an incremental update across one of these tools can trigger glitches that take down entire systems. Incident.io has grown substantially over the years. Netflix, Linear, Ramp, and Etsy are among its current customers. Whitworth stated that about 3/4 of the clients it's adding are in the US, and it's tripled its customer base in the last 12 months. He also added that Incident.io has powered responses and alerts for some 250,000 incidents since it was founded in 2021. In addition, other high-profile investors in Incident.io include Instagram co-founder and Anthropic CPO Mike Krieger and the Chainsmokers Mantis VC. CMR Surgical raises $200 million to expand Versius robot access across the U.S. CMR Surgical recently announced that it has closed a financing round of more than $200 million through a combination of equity and debt capital. The company said surgeons have already used its Versius surgical robotic system to complete more than 30,000 cases in over 30 countries. Founded in 2014, CMR has worked with surgeons, surgical teams, and hospital partners to develop a tool to make minimal access surgery more accessible and affordable. Versius has a compact, portable, and modular design to fit into virtually any operating room, according to the Cambridge, UK-based company. Biomimicking the human arm, Versius lets surgeons optimize port placement. It also offers the dexterity and accuracy of small, fully wristed instruments, according to CMR Surgical. The system allows surgeons to use only the number of arms needed for a given procedure and is designed to integrate into existing workflows. With 3D HD vision, adaptive instrument control, and a choice of ergonomic working positions, the system's open surgery console could reduce stress and fatigue, the company added. It also allows for clear communication with the surgical team. CMR is also actively expanding its clinical footprint with 2 ongoing clinical trials. First is a multi-center prospective trial on the use of Versius in pediatric surgery. Second is a transoral robotic surgery TORS trial to further demonstrate the versatility and capability of Versius in new applications. CMR said it will use the funds to accelerate commercial expansion of Versius to more hospitals around the world, with a major focus on the US market. It also plans to continue advancing surgical robotics, innovation, and product development. Sizl raises $3.5 million to expand its cook-to-order food delivery service. Dark kitchens, also referred to as ghost kitchens, cloud kitchens, or virtual kitchens, often receive criticism for their food quality. Sizl, a cook-to-order delivery service based in Chicago, seeks to change this perception by delivering meals made with fresh ingredients in around 30 minutes flat. The company announced its recent $3.5 million seed round at a $12 million post-money valuation. Unlike typical dark kitchens, which serve as shared spaces for various restaurants, Sizl says it runs its own kitchens with a small team of Ukrainian cooks and local culinary talent from Chicago who prepare the food. It also has its own delivery carriers and even a mobile app where you can earn rewards. Sizl claims it sources meat and produce from local suppliers, including Versius, an organic farm in central Illinois. However, the company admits to also working with larger distributors like US Foods and Cisco, although it emphasizes that a significant portion of its ingredients come from local sources. Sizl's menu includes only 60 items at a time, ranging from dishes like chicken cavive and pierogies to everyday meals like grilled cheese and spaghetti. Sizl has even incorporated Kalakina's family recipes, including her grandmother borscht and serenity. The recent round was led by Yellow Rocks, with participation from Connecticut and several angel investors, including Mike Alexandrowski, who co-founded delivery startup Borzo. The funding will go towards opening up to 4 additional kitchens in Chicago this year, adding to its 2 existing locations. It's also exploring expansion in Boston, Charlotte, and the San Francisco Bay Area. In our next Money Moves news, we have $115 million just poured into this startup that makes engineering 1,000 times faster, and Bezos, Altman, and Nvidia are all betting betting on its success. Rescale, a digital engineering platform that helps companies run complex simulations and calculations in the cloud, recently announced that it has raised $115 million in a Series D funding to accelerate the development of AI-powered engineering tools that can dramatically speed up product design and testing. The funding round, which brings Rescale's total capital raised to more than $260 million, including investments from Applied Ventures, Atika Capital, Foxconn, Hawawan Asset Management, Deep Tech Venture Fund, Hitachi Ventures, NEC Orchestrating Future Fund, NVIDIA, Prosperity 7, Sine Wave Ventures, TransLink Capital, the University of Michigan, and Y Combinator. The San Francisco-based company has drawn support from an impressive roster of early backers, including Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, Paul Graham, and Peter Thiel. This latest round aims to propel Rescale's vision of transforming how products are designed across industries by combining high-performance computing, intelligent data management, and a new field the company calls AI physics. The company's enterprise customers, which include ARM, General Motors, Samsung, SLB, and the U.S. Department of Defense, collectively spend over $1 billion annually to power their virtual product development and scientific discovery environments. With less than 20% of the high-performance computing market currently in the cloud, Rescale sees significant growth potential as more engineering workflows migrate to cloud environments. The company's AI physics approach could transform how products are designed across industries, potentially reducing development time and costs while improving performance. Los Angeles-based Rain raised a $75 million Series B in another good sign for fintech. Rain, a startup offering an employer-integrated earned wage access (EWA) app, coupled with financial wellness features like overdraft alerts and spending trends, has raised $75 million in an all-equity Series B round. The round was led by Prosus at a post-money valuation of $340 million. Rain plans to use the new funds to help it add credit card and saving products to its roster, according to CEO Alex Bradford. Rain aims to differentiate its presence and attract employers who want to help employees access earned wages between their paychecks with automation. The Los Angeles-based startup, founded in 2019, has onboarded over 2.5 million employees and distributed over $2 billion in earned wages, it says. The Rain app says it helps employers retain employees too. Rain targets mid-market and enterprise customers with over 300 employees. It charges a fee equivalent to an ATM fee, an average of around $3 per transaction for an instant transaction. However, employees can also use the free ACH option, which credits their account up to the next business day. The Series B funding, which saw participation from Nextalia Ventures and Spark Growth Ventures and Rain's existing investors including Qued, Invest Opportunities, and others, will help the startup expand further beyond a simple EWA app. With 175 employees, it's also scaling its go-to-market by building a sales team and investments in sales enablement and marketing and channel partnerships. It also plans to invest more in tooling to add more convenience for employers managing their services. Tesla snagged $60 million to drive data management at scale. Tesla, a startup developing a multi-cloud database as a service, has raised $60 million in a new funding round led by Westbridge Capital ahead of its plans to expand its market presence and launch an AI-powered conversational database management service. The 4-year-old startup leverages decades of database kernel experience from its co-founders to offer enhanced operational database management, taking on existing relational database services, including Amazon's RDS. Tesla claims to deliver 10 times the performance of existing database management services with a 64 to 73% savings within a 3-year total cost of ownership thanks to its NVMe infrastructure. Tesla's all-equity Series B, which also had participation from B37 Ventures and Rocketship.vc, as well as existing investor Lightspeed Venture Partners, will help Tesla develop its AI-powered conversational technology designed to further simplify data management. With the fresh funding, Tesla also plans to enter Europe and the Asia-Pacific region, enhance its go-to-market to scale up in the US and India, and invest more in R&D to strengthen its services. Up next, we have Job and Talent raises $103 million on a down round $1.5 billion valuation as it looks to AI to recruit temps. Job Talent, an AI-based workforce as a service marketplace that connects people with companies looking for hourly workers, announced it has raised $103 million. The Series F, which includes participation from Atomico, BlackRock, DN Capital, Hercules, Infarvia, Kibo, and Kinovik, values the Madrid, Spain-based company at $1.5 billion post-money. Job Talent, which has operations in 10 countries in Europe, the US, and Latin America, last raised money in December of 2021, a Series E of $500 million that valued it at $2.35 billion. The company says over the years it has placed more than 300,000 workers in roles at more than 3,250 companies, with a particular emphasis on sectors like logistics and retail. Yet the company's new funding news recently is coming at an unsettling time. The European labor market since the C-19 pandemic has been buffeted by a number of opposing economic waves. Skills and people shortages have spelled opportunity for those who can fill the gaps, yet declining corporate profits and a stagnating Eurozone economy could spell tougher times ahead. Job Talent is sitting in a strange position in that regard. The company's bread and butter remains on the human workforce, but it's also leaning into ways it can use AI to be more work efficient. The company says the new injection of equity will be used to scale the business internationally and to invest in building a series of AI-powered agents into the platform to support that. So that's just some of the latest money moves happening in the world of technology. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, check out these two videos right here, and stay tuned for another Money Moves episode.